Hello and welcome to Green GCSE. Today we are talking about Media Studies GCSE with the film topic. Now this video will mainly focus on the 2020 and possibly beyond close study products and other aspects of the topic. However, most of the video should be fairly usable for any student studying in future years. Now there are two CSPs that you might be tested on in the exam, which are I, Daniel Blake and Doctor Strange. Both of these were released in 2016. However, in the exam, you will only be tested on media industries and not any of the other three, which are audiences, representations, and language. So you will only need to study the media industries for these close study products. Now for I, Daniel Blake, it is an independent film and it doesn't have a very large budget. However, it doesn't really need a very large budget because the film doesn't use any wild special effects or use any star power with famous actors. Instead, it was created to send a message for the niche audience who went to go see the film. And in this case, it was about the benefit system. And the message got so popular that it was even brought to some governments who, some of them even had some meetings to query about the benefit system and hopefully improve it. And also the hashtag We Are All Daniel Blake spread across social media, further influencing people to act upon the benefit system and further spreading the message and increasing the popularity of the film. Now this film uses director power as its main source of popularity. The director Ken Loach was famous for creating many social realism films, and so this brings director power as this would attract people to the film who may know Ken Loach from his previous work and wish to watch his film simply due to their love of the director. Now, Doctor Strange, this is a Hollywood blockbuster film. Now, compared to the independent films, this attracts a much more mainstream audience, and they try to attract as many people as possible because their main aim is for the popularity and profit that the films gain. So they are made to make money and rarely ever deviate from the regular formula of the hero defeats the villain and saves the day, saves the world, which is usually very popular among mainstream audiences and brings the most profit for these kind of films. Now, this film in particular uses star power in the form of Benedict Cumberbatch, as Benedict Cumberbatch is a very famous actor in the world of film. Many fans may be obliged to watch the film simply because it has Benedict Cumberbatch in. In addition, this is a Marvel franchise movie, which means it has a larger budget due to being owned by Disney, which allows for more special effects to make it more intriguing for the mainstream audiences that were watching the film. Also, many merchandise items were sold of the movie to help increase its popularity and the profit it gained. And that's pretty much it for your close study products. However, there is still quite a bit we need to study for the entirety of the film topic. Although I did only brush over the close study products, you may need to go into more detail with your revision and your own research, looking at where the films debuted, where they were distributed, and what countries they were distributed to. You may need to know this information. It may be useful in your exam. Now we are going to look at integration. Now there are two different types of integration: horizontal integration and vertical integration. First of all, we are going to look at horizontal integration. Now this is when multiple companies work together on the exact same process to achieve the same end result. Now see in this example here, Working Title Films, Universal Pictures and DreamWorks Animation are all working together on the production stage. However, it may be useful to you if you are able to visualize this in a different way other than film. So I've written some examples down here for you. So for example, if you run an online food shop, you may wish to partner with another online food shop to sell more food, or if you run a coffee shop, you may wish to partner with another coffee shop. Now this will also get rid of any competition, the first competition you may have, which would also increase the profits that your company would have as you are partnered with the other company that was giving you trouble in the first place. However, vertical integration is the opposite. It's when a company works on each stage of the development and distribution of a product individually. So in the example here, Warner Bros. Studios would work on the production of the film, then Warner Bros. Would work on the distribution of the film, and then when it existed, Warner Bros. Cinemas would work on the exhibition of the film, which is showing it to the public. So for example, if you ran an online food shop, again, you may wish to hire a truck company to deliver the food to the people, which would be the exhibition stage or the distribution stage. And you, as the food company itself, would be at the production stage. So you're all working on the separate stages of the development of your products. Now we're moving on to conglomerates. Now a conglomerate is a combination of multiple business entities operating in entirely different industries under one corporate group. Now I did copy this off of Google, however I thought it would be the best way to describe what a conglomerate is. Now as you can see in the example here, I used Disney. So the Walt Disney Company is right at the top, then followed by Walt Disney Studios, Lucasfilm Limited, and then Lucasfilm Animation and LucasArts. The company at the top of this kind of tree-ish diagram, that is called the parent company. The parent company owns everything underneath it. Now the smaller company, which is also owned by the parent company, that is called a subsidiary, because it's kind of like it's not the primary parent company, it's just something that's owned by the parent company. And as you can see here, there are two companies on the same level, and two companies or more that are on the same level as this kind of like tree diagram, they are known as sister companies. Now, often a conglomerate is a multi-industry company. Now, for example, Disney, they work in film, and they also work in things such as television, and their music is very popular as well. Conglomerates are often large and multinational. So you know that Disney is famous in the UK, in the US, in many different countries, and they also do work in many different countries through their theme parks, etc. Now, there are many pros and cons to these conglomerates. However, one con is that they are often too profit-driven. They are usually formulaic, as we saw with the Doctor Strange close study product, and this may lead to them not winning as many awards as they want or making as much profit as they want, as if they follow that formula to the point, then many viewers may be getting bored of the same formula over and over, which means that they will not give it the popularity that it needs. This is due to the fact that many of these conglomerate films, they lack creativity and they don't take many risks. And although the formula is created to allow for more popularity for mainstream audiences, sometimes the formula can be a negative thing, as the films will never really include anything new, and because they don't take risks, they don't interest the audience as much. However, there are some pros of conglomerates. For example, they have larger budgets and more money is available, and this will work well with films requiring high-cost production techniques, such as in Doctor Strange. They use many special effects to create the excitement of the film, and just to reinforce the idea of magic and make it more realistic to the viewers. It also creates a faster process because you don't need to negotiate deals with new distributors. So for example, in horizontal integration, as you saw, you would have had to negotiate with the other companies. For example, with your coffee shop, you would have had to negotiate with your other coffee shop so that you're able to find out a deal. However, in a conglomerate, because the parent company owns all the other companies, there's no negotiation needed, and they can all work on the separate stages, or they can even work together on some stages of the production, distribution, and exhibition of their film product. Now, that is pretty much it for film. That is not the end of film. I just mainly rushed over the main points. So, you may wish to do your own revision and own research on the film topic. However, I did run over most of the points you might need to be able to get a pass in your film industry exam.